All-Father graces you. Kungita.
Let's go here. There's an enemy near me.
My teammates don't kill this guy, I'm gonna fucking lose it.
Enemy down. Care package on the way. I like the sound of that. Recharging my shields.
Reloading. They got me. I'm down.
Hold on, I need to heal.
Fuck.
Spotted. Double timing it. Let's go this way.
I'm taking fire.
My team is dead. My team is not good.
Give me a sec. Recharging shield.
Reload.
Give my shield a recharge.
I have fallen.
Fire. Enemy. Reloading. Recharging my shields.
Okay, I got your back.
Reloading.
My team's literally just watching in the fucking background.
Some materials. Opening shop. Come see the merchandise.
I'm taking fire. I am down, but
Let's
alive.
go this way. Up in the chimney. Go ahead. Pop is running. I'm down.
Care package on the way. Recharging my shields. Taking fire. Reloading.
One of you overcame the odds. Giving him the chimney.
Trust in the All-Father.
This guy just had to like look at his fucking controller to figure out what buttons to hit right there.
Mail, motherfucker.
Throwing jump drive.
Healing. Watch my back.
Sending a care package. Now impress me.
Care package on high.
Giving my shields a recharge. Taking fire. Reloading. I'm down. Need a medic.
I'm taking fire.
My teammate's dead, isn't he? Of course he is, yep.
But alive.
Reloading. Enemy down. Dropped another one. Reloading. Jump drive out. Recharging my shields. Recharging my shields.
The fuck? Yeah, have fun with your fucking digi, you smoke bitch. That's why you're excited to watch you play this? I wish there was just like a team deathmatch mode. I like the arena. I like the idea of it. I haven't played enough of it yet though, so I'm still trying to figure everything out. Mirage, baby, this is where my ship went. Oh, I'm dead.
Hold on, I need to heal.
Yep.
I spy an enemy. I have eyes on the enemy. Target here. I'm down.
And every single person on the team literally ran at me. That's crazy. The challenge with Tinos is how do you make it so people don't burn themselves out? It's 100% intensity all the time, no thinking to spawn, shoot, die, just super fun. Like, that sounds amazing to me, but after a few hours, it's exhausting. We were down to try mostly anything, but nothing to announce right now. CTF, that sounds fun. King of the Hill. I don't know. I just don't know how you do it in
Taking fire. Recharging my shields.
This is such a standoff map. Holy hell.
Shut up. Reload. Just giving my shields a recharge.
Like, how am I supposed to push up here?
They spotted me. I'm taking shots.
Recharging shields.
Charging my shields. Heads up. Your package coming.
Materials.
No bolt. Oh my god.
Getting shot at.
I'm literally baiting so hard. Thank you. I'm literally baiting so hard.
Another enemy down.
I'm just trying to draw as much attention as I can. They got gold res or something? Once you regularly have 2 DP of focus fire you're getting 2 TKLs, which you can't. I mean, my whole point, like, me right there was to buy as much time as possible for my teammates to then get to me, because I have 2 people on me, which means they should have free shots to their back. If I can live as long as possible, then they should win the fight. I don't care if I die there. Like, my life is worth sacrificing. Is kind of. You can sell? Okay, I didn't know that. They know I'm here?
Recharging my shields.
193.
Over here.
I've been down.
Oh, you're better. Did I even get a kill? And that's why I think Loba is going to be like one of the best characters in this. You can draw attention. That's kind of like what I'm testing right now. I got carried, bro. I don't know if I really got carried. I may not have gotten the kills, but did my teammates really ever get shot at? That's the whole point. Like, arena shooters, one of the biggest things about arena shooters is like, if your teammates start fighting, knowing when to peek out, two, like knowing how to play your life so you're not just dying without one doing damage, or two, like at least buying your teammates time. So I was the first one in. I was the first one in on every single one of those fights. Otherwise it would have been a standoff in every single fight, and then it's just who has more heals at that point. So like, arena shooters is all about positioning. So I don't really care if I'm caught out of position, which is another reason why you play Loba, because you can like, I heard that 2 to 3 of the people on that team were pushing me on the side of the ship, so I didn't bother really shooting much. I shot like 4 bullets and then instantly queued out, which then drew all of their attention back to me, which let my teammates then push up. I had a guy fly up on me, and then I had another guy climb up on my back. The guy who flew up instantly got down because he was focused on me going over his head, and then the Wraith who climbed up, I did 193 to. So I basically killed 2 people without even shooting my weapon. All right, what's up everybody? So today I'm gonna be going over some of my arena tier list of champions. So we're gonna be going back and forth a little bit between me opening the game and me using this chart here. At first, I had a decent idea of what I thought everyone was going to be ranked at, but after playing a little bit, I have some different opinions than when I first started out. So we will start with the F category, which I think is pretty safe to say that Fuse will be the first person to drop in that category. Nades are strong, but they aren't really that necessary, and this character is too focused on his abilities. So don't really see him being too strong in this, as you can just heal up pretty easily and you're not really going to get much use out of him. Now, if I'm looking at these characters, honestly, I think Mirage is going to be in also like the EF category. I think probably more in the E category. You might be able to make some use out of his ult more so if the circles get a little smaller, or if you just really want to start off the fight with him by ulting, you can get some good use out of that. But right there, I see him sitting in that category himself. So I think also Watson is going to be in this category. I think the shield regen is nice for teams that are going to be stacking nades, but once again, I don't really see that being too common, and you're not going to really set up too much with this character. You're not going to have the time, and it's just too hard to get all your fences set up. You have to buy abilities, all that kind of stuff. So honestly, I could see Watson being in the F category here as well. I think that's it for the F category. I think a character like Crypto is also going to be in the E category. You're not gonna want to get caught stuck on your drone. You can't really use your ult. You know, you have to buy your ult. You can only use it like once every other round. Like, it's really not gonna be too useful, especially with the way the shield cells work. And so these are my weakest characters at the moment. I just don't see the abilities being that important, and straight on combat, you know, that's not going to really come in handy as comparison to some of these other legends. I think Caustic is going to go in the D category. I think his ult could be really solid late game, but at the same time, like, you just don't have the time to set up with these characters. The barrels are too easy to break. You have to purchase X amount, and it's not worth it. You're going to want characters who have abilities that are more mobile, or are more able to cause kind of a distraction, whether it's you being the distraction or it's causing the distraction itself. And then we're going to get into some of the different legends. And one of the things I think is super, super cool about Arena is characters are going to start seeing more use than they do in the Battle Royale. For example, like a character like Rampart is going to be used a lot in arenas. It's strong to be able to set up knowing where the final circles are going to go. And the shields are just going to provide you the cover. It's going to provide you like areas to where you can hide. It's going to provide you resources in terms of extra damage on opponents and opening ability. Like if someone starts the game with a crossbow or whatever it is, or doesn't start the game with it, but uses a crossbow and a Rampart shield, you know, you hit a couple good shots with that, and it's an easy way to push up on. We'll get to where I put her in a minute. I think I'm gonna have to put Horizon in the CD category. Horizon's nerf. Originally, I would have had Horizon pretty high up on this list. I would have thrown Horizon probably in like the A to S tier early on if she didn't get nerfed as hard as she did. But her not being able to stay in her queue as long as she has in the past isn't going to be able to provide that cover fire that she has the ability to in the past. So I think I'd put her in the C category. Once again, like the ult is big, but it's only one round. and you can only have it every other round. And here's where things start to get a little bit interesting. So some of these characters are only going to be good paired with other characters. So once again, like Revenant, it's pretty easy on some of these maps to be able to send back the clones and then, or send back the Revenant ult and then heal it up. So unless Revenant is paired with an Octane who's ulting at the same time and you're rev padding in, then this character is not going to be too strong. I feel like this character is going to be misused. People are going to think that he's going to be a lot stronger than he is, and I would also keep him in the CD territory unless he was paired with an Octane, and then he could be more in the B character or category. So we'll put him in C for now. I think Pathfinder is actually pretty strong. I'm gonna put him in the B category just because his ult can help you make up ground really quickly, so you can get to positions really fast. He's also good at following up on damage. You could actually almost make a case for him to be in the A category due to that as well. And honestly, I'm gonna go ahead and put him in the A category specifically for that. His ult lets you and your team gain traction. Let's say it's like on the map with the Mirage ships. You can instantly ult straight up to the Mirage ships. You get height, and then you can push up off that quicker, and you can kind of get a big jump on your opponents. And then not only that, his Q allows, if a teammate hits some big damage, he's able to Q in and catch someone who's out of position. So he's going to be a very mobile character that is going to be used in an impressive way. And then now I'm going to be getting into certain characters and why they're going to be extremely strong. They might not be that strong right now, but there's potential. Octane, I'm going to put in the B category. His passive of health regen is pretty big in this, but once again, he's also a mobile character. His ult's solid, but he's not going to like stand out like he does in comp. You don't need the rotational abilities. You don't need that as much, and he's just kind of more of a get in get out type of character. He's not going to provide as much as these characters that I have down here. Now these characters at the bottom, I can make an argument for every single one of these to be in the A or S tier. I think these are going to be the main characters that are picked consistently, and I'll get into exactly why that is. Obviously, I'm a Bloodhound main, if you don't know that already. I would put Bloodhound honestly in the S tier. His scans are extremely important. You get a couple scans, or you get the ult, you get unlimited scans. Information is the most important thing when it comes to this game. So if you have information on where your opponents are at, that just provides that much more ability to get a strong entry on your opponent. And you know, Bloodhound paired with a Pathfinder, or even maybe even a Valk or a Loba could be extremely strong. And then we're gonna get into why these characters like Lifeline and Jibby are so strong. So I'm gonna go ahead and put Lifeline and Jibby both in the A category, and the reasoning is the health regen is big on this. If your teammate gets picked across the map, we're gonna be seeing like people using a lot of longbows or a lot of crossbows or weapons that could do damage from cross map. This is gonna be big, so your teammates don't get full killed. And not only that, it's gonna be really important due to the fact that the gold backpack is only cost 250, and you could buy that pretty much every single round after the first round, and it could be that much better due to the quick res, all that. And that's kind of why I have these characters here. You can make a case for Jibby to honestly be in the S tier as well. I actually am going to put Loba in the A tier also. Loba, I have so much fun with. Her repositioning ability is huge. You can start off a game by pushing up, drawing a bunch of attention, which then lets your teammates, if you're communicating well, get angles to help you, and then you do some damage, and then you queue out. Or also, I think Loba could be extremely strong. Actually, I'm putting Loba S tier. I'm putting Loba and Jibby S tier, I think. And the reason for this is, after talking more about Jibby, his arm shield is big. You can just peek, you can do extra damage. He takes less damage from shots. His bubble, the cost of the backpack, all of that. Like, his kit is just so good for arenas and for like putting consistent damage on your opponents without having to take as much. Loba, I played her a bunch yesterday in arenas, and her opening with her Q is so big because you don't have to waste all your resources. You could upgrade your weapons. You don't have to waste resources on buying heals due to the fact that you can instantly throw her Q, her bracelet, onto the heals and get there before pretty much any single character. And that is then spread out throughout your team. You can get materials, and that's just, the economy is just going to go a long way when it comes to these games, and having better resources than your opponents. And being able to start the game by getting all of that heals is very big, and it leads to some quick openings that your opponents won't be ready for. Wraith is A tier. I think the portal isn't really that big. It may be solid to kidnap some people, maybe, but you're not going to really want to be wasting too much on that. Her Q is going to be a good ability, and the recent restructuring of low profile, which is now non-existent, is pretty good for her. So I'd put Wraith in the A-B tier. Honestly, I think I'd put her more in the B tier just due to the fact that she can't get out like she used to. You can't insta-Q away. You're more of just a distraction, and then you get away, and then, you know, if you could get chased down at that point. She's really not nearly as strong as she ever used to be, and I think, you know, this could change, but this is kind of where I have her at. Rampart, I'm putting in the A tier, and this is strictly due to the fact of just putting down quick damage and being able to put down some shields. Getting for extra cover or extra damage on your opponents is going to go a long way. You know, it's going to be a good entry. When the zones start getting a little smaller, you can just really create some good openings for your teammates to then push up, and then you follow up after that. She's obviously not a character that opens up fights in terms of she doesn't lead the charge, but she does the damage from the back with her shields and provides a constant like annoyance to your opponents. And so she's going to be here, and, you know, we still haven't played as much arena as we need to, but this is kind of where I have her sitting. Bangalore is going to be extremely strong because you could play specifically around her as a whole team. You can get digi threats, which your opponents might not be ready for. It also cancels out aim assist on controllers, so, you know, if you're going to be afraid of playing against a bunch of controller players, here's a good counter. And I think Bangalore honestly will go in the S tier as well. Her ult is going to be very big in terms of creating openings. You stun one or two people on an enemy team, or if you like crowd control and force them into a small room, it's really easy for your team to push up off of that. And I think Bangalore is going to be one of the most used characters in arena. And final is Valkyrie. Valkyrie is a unique character. She provides a lot of recon as well, so you can, but you don't want to be caught in the air. I don't think she's going to be that strong. I think that she has a solid kit, but I would put her in the C tier as well. Her ability is decent for this. It's really not too strong. You can kind of maybe force some opponents off of some areas, but the reason that she's not any lower than this is because of her ability to take height, take good positions, and really get some strong angles on your opponents. And you can honestly make a case for her to be in the A tier as well. But as of right now, I definitely think that these four legends are going to be sitting in the S tier. Pathfinder is going to be extremely used as well, but information is key, like I said, and being able to reposition and jump on your opponents quickly is going to go a long way. So this is kind of where my list stands currently, and, you know, we'll see if it changes, but I hope you guys enjoyed.